Thanks so much for joining us all here tonight. We're so excited to have you here. What is such a great opportunity for you to showcase your programs, your ideas, your innovations, and your partnerships to a much larger audience than what you have here in the local community. Gonzo, you were a ranked junior in Argentina and then went on to become a coach. Tell us about how you built Gonzo Tennis in Boulder.
Well, I moved to Boulder from Argentina 12 years ago, and I see that the City of Boulder has 60 tennis courts or public courts that people can just go and play in. So I went to Terry's office and I said, I have an idea. Let's do a program that we can do in the 3 rec centers that the City of Boulder has. The City of Boulder has 3 rec centers with 4 courts each one. So we started thinking about having a program for the whole town. So what I did is I created a program with the curriculum for different ages. We started at 3 years old, and it just went from there. And we had like 400 registrations like 5 years ago, and now we have like 1,700 last year. So we are like putting a lot of people in the court, and thank you. That's awesome. And it's just grew so much, and it became a program that has a lot of identity. So, and it's a public program, and that's what I love about, because now we are at the same, like we are competing with private clubs, and our programs is like much more affordable. A lot of kids can play. We put a lot of kids in the court, and we just been creating activities nonstop for 5 years. That we have a singles ladder, and then we have a doubles ladder where we have four courts with adults, 4 courts with kids, so the families can come and play. We just started a high performance program. So for me, just a simple tennis teacher, having partnered with the city, where, like Terry said, I don't have to worry about anything, just teaching and keeping my staff informed, and the balls and the courts, because they do everything else. They sign up people, they charge for the private lessons. So then I go to the rec center and get my class list, and if somebody needs a refund, I just send them to the front desk. Because I don't. But I think it just gave me, as simple tennis coach, so much power to do a lot of things that I would never imagine when I was just on my own in Argentina, just teaching tennis in 1 court. I mean, this partnership has been amazing. It was unbelievable, because again, I just have to, when you hear the tennis players, that they have such a team behind them, that they can just worry about playing tennis. This is me. I just have to worry about teaching and about like just bringing more people to the court, because I have like the City of Boulder behind me doing all this, maintaining the courts, keeping the courts in good shape, communicating with people. We are in a magazine that they make, I don't know, like 50,000 magazines that they go like 4 times a year. A lot of people know. So it's been amazing. I cannot believe how our tennis program grew in the last 5 years.
Well, that's amazing work, Gonzo. I know we have a father and son team that has participated in those ladders. One half of the Wilcox family, Dad Keith and son Neil. Thanks for joining us. Tell us about your experience with Gonzo Tennis.
Well, we started with Gonzo about 2.5 years ago, and my son Neil, he's been wanting to play tennis since he was 3 years old, but didn't really take him seriously at first. And when he was 8, I finally said, I'm going to put him in a program, and so I just signed him up with the city program, and that very next day I met Gonzo, and I said to myself, this guy knows what he's doing. So, and Neil was completely into tennis from the very first lesson. I think Gonzo could verify that. But that's how I met Gonzo, and that's how we got involved with the program. And we've just signed up for everything we could possibly sign up for through the city and through Gonzo.
Well, that's incredible. I understand you have a special partnership with Gonzo. Why don't you tell us about that?
It's pretty unique, actually. When I first met him, and then when we started doing just the regular city, the Mighty Gonzo classes, there's the website right there in back. My son wanted to get more involved. He wanted private lessons because his dream is to one day be a pro. And so I said to myself, well, he has to have private lessons. So I approached Gonzo and I said, what can we do to get Neil private lessons? Because I can't afford to pay as much as it costs to have regular private lessons. So we worked out a deal where my wife, who's back there somewhere, owns a company called Blitz Metrics, and we do website development and social media analytics, and we're data people, basically. So we partnered with Gonzo and we said, listen, we can build you this website. Not only can we build you this website, but we can get traffic to it. We can engage with social media. We can reach your mailing list. We can do this. And at the time, Gonzo, he told me he just wanted to have a pretty website.
They did it.
That's great, we can do a pretty website. But there's lots of pretty websites out there. How are you going to be different from everyone else? And since I mentioned that, he doesn't know everything that we do with the website, but it's analytics, basically. So we just do a lot of micro-targeting on Facebook. We use Twitter, Instagram, all of these things that we can reach specifically who we want to reach. And we target within Boulder. And a city program, very rare to see a city program beating all the private clubs in Boulder on web search, on social media, on basic reach, all over the internet. A city program's doing that. I've never seen that before.
Well, that's incredible.
We're real fortunate to have you.
Yeah, I know.
Gonzo, congratulations
It's a partnership.
on what you're doing here in Boulder, and I think this is a true testament as to what teamwork and partnership with people within your own community programs and how they can help elevate you and help support you. So thanks to our panelists for joining us tonight. We hope that you enjoyed this session. It's a great way to get things kicked off here for the weekend. On behalf of Dave Haggerty as the first vice president, welcome to the TDW. We hope you enjoy yourselves. Make sure that you ask plenty of questions, be interactive, and have a great time.